game seriously and is evident during matches.
It's really cut and thrust type action out there, and yeah, I think it's a very serious game for those in the higher grades at least. But junior levels, it's more of a hitting a bit of a fun type atmosphere.
Sunraysia Association members will have the opportunity to play during Country Week in Melbourne at Albert Park. Mark says the competition is particularly beneficial in learning and developing skills through other players.
It generally brings the best out of players against higher and stronger competition, and that's run during the Queen's birthday long weekend.
3 teams will be chosen to represent the area. April
Table tennis player. Wayne has defeated brother Gavin in A-grade competition at last night's annual association tournament.
The sport of table tennis is growing in popularity among locals. The Sunraysia Table Tennis Association has a strong showing in senior competition, however still looking for more junior involvement. Last night saw A reserve and B grade players hitting it out. Association Secretary Mark Dorman says players take their game seriously.
Oh yes, I think it's a competition and the teams are graded by a grading committee before the season starts, and they're graded to be as close as we can make them without any team dominating, and that creates a very even competition.
Results from last night's tournament saw little brother Wayne beat Gavin Carmichael in straight sets 21-14 and 21-11. In doubles competition, Wayne's Ham with the bat in partnership with Lucas Brown defeated A-grade duo Mark Dorman and Nick Walsh.
Wayne Carmichael won the singles tournament, and he is definitely the best player in Sunraysia, and he's sort of like the Greg Rhodes of table tennis.
While the association is busy with its own competition, it's also raising the profile of table tennis in small outlying areas such as Walpyup and Werrimal.
This year we've travelled out to Werrimal to have a hit with them, and towards the end of September we hope to play a few matches against the Werrimal Table Tennis Association.
Mr Dorman says 5 representative sides of the Sunraysia Association will challenge Walpyup's Table Tennis Association on August 9th. April Downs, Win News.
Well played. And final, defeating Super Mr Fresh. Mr Fresh started to struggle from the 4th game and fell away to a 6-3 loss.
Super Mr Fresh and De Villiers came together for the culmination of the winter season, the grand final. Each team made up of 3 hit it out for what was a strong contest of A-grade table tennis. At times play was aggressive and each side had their share of frustrations. Competition was intense during the first 6 games, the score coming in at a draw. De Villiers managed to grab and hold the lead, winning the next 3 games. In A reserves, De Villiers took an early lead. It may have been a case of more experience, but there was definitely an age gap between players in this match. The teams were level at 4-all, and then at 5. The grand final was determined in game 11, going De Villiers' way. Meanwhile, in B grade, We Us & Co, tipped as favourite, got off to a bad start. The score was 3-1 after the 4th game. We Us & Co not able to recover, losing the shield. The final score 6-2. The association's annual presentation day will be held this Sunday, starting at 4 o'clock. April Downs, Win News.
Sunraysia Mark Dorman were far from disgraced in last night's exhibition match.
This is the sort of opposition the Sunraysia team faced, the tours including #1 country player Brad Miller. So far they've taken all before them, beating Albury 10-1 and Shepparton 11-0. But even Miller dropped games last night.
The guys from Sunraysia last night, we only beat them 7-4, so it was a good, tough game last night.
Players are selected for the tour based on form at the country championships.
Every second year we come down to Victoria Country, and then the next year Victoria Country come up and tour New South Wales. So it's basically a learning curve for our young blokes and a couple of our older blokes as well.
These talented exponents staunchly defend the Games' place as an Olympic sport, excitement building in the lead up to Sydney 2000. Not only does it showcase skill and lightning reflexes, they say the level of fitness required would take many by surprise.
It's a very explosive sport, and you're hitting the ball very hard most of the time, and you don't get rests. So you play a full game and then you get a rest.
4 of the touring players hail from the Goulburn Association, which, due to the standard of facilities, won't be seeking to host visiting Olympic teams. But the enthusiasts are hoping to get involved one way or the other as volunteers.
We don't know exactly what positions they'll put us in. It could be ushering, it could be keeping people playing. We just don't know yet. We'll find that out within the next year, I should imagine.
Kim Lyle, Win News.
Cheering crowds lined the Sunraysia streets and vineyards, and paddle steamers sounded their approval as Mildura's Kylie Turton lit the community cauldron. Then a final farewell, and the flame flew out again for Broken Hill and tonight's celebrations.
8,000 witnessing the lighting of the community cauldron in an atmosphere-charged ceremony.
A copybook landing as the Olympic flame touched down in Mildura, accompanied by a bevy of SOCOG officials. It was piped through the airport terminal, receiving a rousing reception from hundreds who had gathered for their first glimpse. Harold Pilgrim starting the flame's Mildura journey. Further on, torchbearers were anxiously waiting to cover their distance with the flame.
I think it's 500 and I think it's going to be an awful long way. This is the best moment of my life!
You're away.
The significance of the history-making day not lost on the young. As the flashing lights of the convoy approached, the big crowd along Deakin Avenue began to take their vantage points, giving runners a hero's welcome. The riverfront a sea of 8,000 happy faces.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kylie will now officially light Mildura's community cauldron.
The Mayor reading a message of goodwill to the athletes gathering in Sydney for the 27th Olympiad.
Our community pledges its support to the Olympic ideals: education, peace, democracy and humanity.
Torch General Manager Di Henry thrilled with the reception the relay has received.
Well, Mildura, what a sensational crowd. This is enormous. You've done a great job here today in the beautiful weather by the banks of the mighty Murray.
An outpouring of national pride surpassing annual Australia Day celebrations.
In history's page, let every stage advance Australia fair.
The local Aboriginal community sending its own message to our athletes. 1956 Olympian Kevin Hogarth resumed the Flames' journey towards Sydney, a flotilla of riverboats sounding a fitting farewell. Historic Rio Vista House providing a spectacular and festive backdrop. The torchbearers unanimous in their reaction.
Yeah, unbelievable. Been everywhere and done lots of things, but this is the top.
Congratulations, Harvey. Thank you. Let's go. Like this.
Please be careful of the vehicles.
The crowd cheering on the torch to the very end. Another big crowd at the airport, where the flame was again returned to its lantern.
Okay, we're going to take it off now to Broken Hill. Thank you very much, Mildura. It's been fantastic.
Kim Lyle, Win News.
will have to be in top form to have a chance of victory.
Says Mildura East is in the box seat, but he's not about to give up hope.
Melbourne South got off to a good start in the grand final against Mildura East. The side was in a strong position of 1 for 92 before disaster struck, with the next 9 wickets falling for 29 runs. Captain Wayne Carmichael says a number of factors caused the collapse.
A combination of things, good bowling, tight fielding and the pressure of the game, the grand final.
In response, Mildura East compiled 155, Glenn Orchard scoring 39 and Jeff John 24. Carmichael says whilst the wicket favoured batsmen, more runs should have been made by both teams.
Disappointing is not the word, but you know, it's never over to the end, and we'll fight on next Saturday.
Melbourne South were none for 67 at stumps on Sunday, with just 1 day play remaining next Saturday. The experienced captain admits South's chances are slim, but has not lost hope. The side will need to score close to 130 runs in 20 overs to have a chance of victory. He says his bowlers can bundle out Mildura East for a low score if the batting target is achieved.
Yeah, from ball 1 next Saturday we'll be going for the runs, and then give ourselves about 55 overs to bowl at East.
Oyon's Jared Monaghan has won the Sunraysia.
Put it on that table over behind you as well.
Close up on Gab. Give it away, Gab. Where's Wayne? He looks like he's hiding there. That looks so very excited.
Oh, it's colourful, isn't it?
Yeah, but it just takes over.
Yeah. Sea Lake Iris.
Where have I won a game? Oh, it's 21-5. 17 I've gone down.
Oh,
I've beaten Kevin Fish. 11 and 19. He must have been alright.
should have got the sack.
Oh, and I've gone down again. Oh, I've picked up my first game.
Luckily I didn't have 4
What have I won? I've won 1 out of 9. What are you doing?
See, I think you could credit him because you were in love with him. I didn't figure that one out until last night.
Yeah,
See, I thought you were pissed at the doctor.
This is going to happen all weekend.
So real close.
I have a wife and 3 children. All the worse for them. I never even knew Christopher Morris.
Start preparing.
Frankie.
Mentally. Where's the rules, Gav? Alright. What? The rule book, Mark?
Who's this?
Or no, your rules.
That's Frankie.
Oh, my rules.
You know Frankie.
Well, surely we must get them out before we go to bed. Well, is anyone watching the TV or what?
Yeah.
Oh, Wayne's watching the TV. Can I just turn this down, Mark? Or? Yeah, no, it's just getting towards
Leave it alone.
I'm just going to turn it down, Wayne. Can't you see it properly?
No. Leave it on the same channel. Excuse me, I can't see the telly.
That's the lip read, Wayne.
We got him.
Oh, you haven't made a take of the rules.
Excuse me. Sorry, I wanted to bring a video up there.
That's the only reason I bought this.
Oh my goodness, this is still...
Oh, if we have to.
We don't have to.
Yeah.
Someone's watching the TV, they can watch TV.
No, I'm not watching it. Nearly over.
Anyway, I'll put this on. See what you think. This instead of me writing it all down.
As President of the Sunraysia Table Tennis Association, I'd like to welcome everyone to the 1994 tour.
Well, you've got to wait for the rest of the team.
I congratulate everyone for making themselves available and to be a part of the team for the 43rd Annual Table Tennis Championship. This year we've got 3 sides, as everyone knows. I think every side's got an excellent chance of coming home with a shield, particularly the 2 lower grades, where the evenness of the teams will make them almost unbeatable.
What about our team?
Explain it.
The side in B1, whilst they have a great chance, will find it's the hardest grade that they'll come up against. But I'm sure we can acquit ourselves very well, particularly with Wayne and Mark at the side.
Oh.
let's make sure we can come home with 3 shields. Let's be prepared for what's ahead.
Hang on, a bit close.
Is that alright?
Let's have a good time. But let's achieve our goal. Let's be channeled. Now, I've put together a few things which might help us on the trip, which I hope will help us on the trip and spur us on to a win. Of course, winning isn't everything. It would be nice to come home with 3 shields. Now, I've got a song here. Maybe we can use this as our theme song.
You don't sing it. I'll turn her off.
I'm sure this will spur you on.
You take a bit.
We work to earn a living, but we can have the time. You can do whatever turns you on. Out there clear your mind. Me, I like
table tennis.
things around. Line them up together.
Table tennis. Sunraysia. Sunraysia. This has got a spirit song.
Now there's a lot more things
Table tennis.
really meet the eye. There are days when you can give it up. There are days when you can try. Either love or hate it, depending on the struggle. When the team run out of the game to go, how's the mic?
Wayne. Go, Mark. Sunraysia. Sunraysia. Don't fall in the wrong hands. Sunraysia. Sunraysia. Yeah, what about that?
What about it?
Everyone's ready now.
Ready for bed.
That's got to be worth a point or two.
Well, the only one
I've
we
got a
get.
few notes here. I'll read them out.
You should listen to this tape.
Think about these. These are little points that maybe you're familiar with already. Maybe for the new players. I'll pick up a point or two. Firstly, when you start your match,
How come everyone's going to sleep?
make yourself known to your opponents.
Aaron.
That idle chat is only appropriate at the outset. There's plenty of time after a match for the socialising. We can be as nice as pie after we win.
Talking about pies.
Point number 2. When you have the opportunity, pulverise an opponent. This will dent his confidence for later matches. In other words, look after your teammates. Toying with an opponent only increases the possibility of him improving his game and confidence.
Sunraysia. Oh, that was a good shot.
If you've got the opportunity, thrash your opponent.
Trash.
Nextly,
Pulverise.
favourite of mine,
Pulverise, mate.
during a match, show no emotion.
No emotion.
Steel yourself. Certainly do not applaud or acknowledge an opponent's good shot. Of course, after the match, shake his hand. That's what all good sportsmen do, of course. Next, another point which is important is never indicate to your opponents the standard of your teammates. That is, don't tell them who your number one player is, your number two, and so on. Because it's none of their business. It's hard enough to win as it is without giving any unnecessary assistance. This point is probably the most important point.
This one's the most important. Right?
Always attempt to watch and encourage your teammates' matches. Team spirit is very important. Team spirit is most important.
Most important.
It's encouraging to have your teammates providing support during a match. Prepare yourself carefully for each match, as we only have one crack at this event each year. For all we know, we may not be able to get the team together again next year. Treat each match with the thought that a win gets us closer to our goal. As I said earlier, the three teams have got great chances.
Listen to these, Chris.
Let's be channeled. Let's achieve our goal. And also, let's be prepared. In 93, the word was focused. In 94, the words to look at are channeled, goals, and preparation. I know this year we're more prepared. I know that we're going to be channeled to achieve our goal.
Bit of diarrhea for some reason.
With preparation, it's very important that come 9 o'clock on match day, we're tuned in. Now, I've made no mention of carrot cakes or icing, because I know none of that stuff's going to happen this year.
Where's the mockies?
I don't care what anyone does up to 8:15, but from 8:15 onwards,
Yeah, right.
let's get our preparation on the way. Let's be channeled. And I'm sure, if we're all thinking like this, we can come home with 3 shields. And spur us on again, let's play our theme song.
Sure.
And the catch cry is, up there, Sunraysia. In there and fight.
That's a cat's cry.
Good luck, fellas. Let's get it.
You're one of the fellas. Oh, just a bit of blue there. No, it's not the man who wanted it like him. What do you want to
You can do whatever turns you on. Get out of your mind. Me, I like
table tennis.
a lot of things around. Line them up together.
This song's got you quiet.
Sunraysia. In there and fight.
Oh, he's gone.
There you go.
Sunraysia. In there and fight.
Over the past few weeks, students gathered on the school oval to show they understand the importance of world harmony. Children formed the peace symbol before letting off balloons and kites at lunchtime. Students from grade 3 to 6 have also been writing letters and signing petitions protesting nuclear testing. The letters will be sent to the French consulate in Canberra. And sport is next with Bill Saw.